Salah Al Khair from Wadi Rum, Jordan. In our last video, we took a road trip down King's Highway all the way from the Dead Sea, Jordan to the entrance of Wadi Rum. And today we are starting our 24 hours here in the desert, an authentic Bedouin camp with wild Wadi Rum. We are just ending our road trip on King's Highway and made our way into Wadi Rum. We thought we were going to have to pay an entrance fee. We knew our car was okay because four-wheel drives, you have to pay 25 dinars per car, but we also thought we had to pay 5 dinars per person just to enter. But we just drove past the visitor center. There was a guy in the military uniform and he didn't stop us. So we're making our way into the village now. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I have some
Thank
water.
you.
Nathan, very nice to meet you.
Welcome, Wadi Rum. How are you doing?
Very good.
Amazing.
Welcome.
How are you?
Very well.
We made it to Wild Wadi Rum home base here in the Wadi Rum village. It's actually their home where they live, and this is where we're going to park our car, and then they're going to take us, and I think there's another couple of people coming with us, to the campsite out in the desert. Right now the sun is starting to set and the color on the rocks is insane.
That's how you sit?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely can't do that without outside. You did it. Thank you.
Welcome.
We are starting our trip with some tea. This is black tea with sugar and fresh mint. This mint was just picked from this giant mint bush that's right in the front yard. I've never seen mint like this before. It smells amazing and tastes amazing. This is going to be perfect for when it gets a little bit chillier tonight. Everyone is all here, so it is time to head to the camp. Should be about a 15-minute drive. We are on the outside of the bed of a truck, so I don't know if we have to hold on or not. We'll find out soon.
Just like that.
We made it to our camp.
I already broke something. I don't know where that goes.
We made it to our campsite here at Wild Wadi Rum, and the drive-in was spectacular. Even though it was already getting dark, we can start to see the stars, and I'm so excited to go back out there.
It is much bigger than I thought it would be too. He said our campsite hides when the sun goes down, and it's true. We could not see it coming in. Then he just like went over this hill, and you see this like little camp tent community. There's a lot of people here. I wasn't expecting that. So we need to find a bathroom for Alicia and then our bags.
We just got settled into our tent and we came over to the community tent to listen to some amazing music so far, and cookies and tea. And this one's soft and filled with something. This is really good.
Is it? Makes sense why that kid didn't want you to have too many of them.
Makes sense why there's not a lot left in the plate.
So, everybody welcome in Wadi Rum, and welcome in the Bedouin culture also. This food called zarb. We have this place here. We make the fire, it gets very hot. Stop burning fire and we just put the food inside for like 2 hours. So,
Wow. What? Holy cow. Does it help doing that?
I'm so excited. It smells so good. I'm so hungry.
that silence? That's because the food tastes as good as it smells, especially the stuff that was cooked underground. And I just sat down with my plate. There's already someone up there getting seconds. If that's any indication of how good this is. Don't get too much food, she said. I'll need to share, she said.
It was too good.
Hold on. Much better. We just got done doing some amazing stargazing. This place is like a real life planetarium. You just look up, there's the Milky Way, Orion's Belt, all with perfect clarity. But got a little chilly, so we're gonna head to bed for the night. Good morning. It is 5:30 in the morning. It was actually really easy to get up this morning. One, because I woke up about an hour before our alarm, which was set for 5. And I was chilly, even though we had a massive blanket. And then you started to hear the rustling of people outside. So it was like you felt like they knew something you didn't. And it was go time, so we shot out of bed and just walked around the mountain here to get a perfect glimpse of sunrise. The sunrise is incredible so far, and even though there's a lot of people out here in the desert, you can't really tell because it's a massive desert. It's just a really, really great way to start the morning. We are not even close to the first ones out for breakfast. I think since so many people get up for sunrise, just like us, they are ready at 7.
Welcome to our unique stay here in Wadi Rum at Wild Wadi Rum, a traditional Bedouin camp. Behind me is the sleeping areas. There's 10 tents, and they all look pretty much the same inside with 1, 2, or 3 beds. The best part about this stay is the fact that we get to stay in a traditional Bedouin tent. It's pretty simple, so it should be quick to take a look around. This is it. It is a pretty large tent. It was larger than I was expecting. We have 2 twin-size beds squished together to make a big king-size bed. Super comfortable. I slept amazing last night. There's even electricity. We have our own light. Plugs are elsewhere. Now there's actually a working bathroom out here. It was way nicer than I was expecting. Running water, flushing toilets, and showers. This is the common tent where everybody hangs out when they're not out exploring Wadi Rum. This is where we had our dinner last night and our breakfast this morning. There's a fire pit in the middle, so it gets really nice and toasty at night, and they played lovely music for us.
That was such a quick and fast stay, but we loved every second. Now we're going to board that thing.
We've arrived somewhere. Our first stop is the sand dune here behind me, and if we climb up to the top, we're gonna have awesome panoramic views all over Wadi Rum. And this is the spot where a lot of the scenes from Lawrence of Arabia was filmed, a movie from the 1960s.
What is your name?
My name is for my friends.
Are you coming? He said we only have 15 minutes.
This is the view. This is the famous view from Lawrence of Arabia.
Come on, man!
This is so hard!
So we have this canyon, huge canyon.
Oh, wow.
We'll walk down, we will go there. So inside this canyon there is nice old inscriptions. Also the natural.
Now as we're getting farther into the canyon, you can feel just how cool it is. And the reason there's so many inscriptions here is because people used to live here in the summer when it was up to 35 degrees Celsius out in the desert. It was still only around 22 degrees Celsius in here. So nice and cool, able to live. And they'd write their names and they'd draw pictures on the wall to signify what they were doing and who was here. And it's still here 1700 years later. This desert is where a ton of space and other planet movies have been filmed, including The Martian, Dune, which came out this year, and a couple of the Star Wars movies. So I kind of feel like a movie star being shuttled out to our movie set in the middle of this other planet. Oh my gosh. We are now officially four-wheeling. And we're driving in this canyon right now that has no path. This is so cool. There we go.
What did you say?
It's about 11 o'clock. We just made it to the deep south of the desert, I guess. And we're making a stop to grab some tea. You can make tea apparently anywhere in the world if you know how to build a fire, which we don't, but they do. And I think we're waiting for a couple of other people who are on a 3-day trek. We're making tea up there. Just stopped to have tea in this little crevice in the wall, and you can see kind of rocks piled up around it. People actually use this when they're trekking through the desert to spend the night, and it blocks the wind perfectly.
So these people are lost in the desert, and we're following footprints and maybe truck tracks to try and find them, because this desert is massive and they could potentially be lost for a long time. So our day has changed to a rescue mission, which is kind of crazy. We don't even know if they know they're lost. And I don't even know how Salman and Zed are able to know where to go to try and find them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm driving. Okay, so you said part of the difficult part about being out here and trying to track someone who's driving is that they park, they get out, so you see some footprints, and they get back in their truck and drive. There's a lot of driving tracks out here, so that's hard to follow to locate someone. Also, I don't know if they're trekking alone or how they got lost, but I wondered as we were driving around today, how in the world do they know where they're going? But it all looks the same to me. I'm driving manual. This is just terrifying. Do they have the same gears? Do you see all this?
That's reverse.
This is reverse.
Yeah. First gear might be all the way over here because in Arabic they read right to left.
That's nuts.
Can you read what gear you're in up there?
Oh, maybe. I don't know, this is working, so I'm just gonna use this. So far, I may have only ran over one thing. not bad for 30 feet.
I found the truck.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
I just drove in the Wadi Rum desert.
That was so cool.
That is bucket list I did not expect today.
To be sure they are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's good. That's good.
Okay, we found that the tracks ended right in front of some tracks of a car. So that means they got into the truck, and he knows it's his brother's truck because one side is a smaller wheel and the other side is a larger wheel. So he knows his brother picked them up, which is good. We're gonna go back to a spot to get signal so he can be sure that they're okay. And then he's gonna take us to one more spot before we have to head home. Wish me luck. Now what? This is the orange sand section. Looks like we're driving through creamsicles. We're now in the white sand section, and it feels like we're at the beach. It's gotten so crazy.
At our last stop of the day, and we are climbing this dune to get to one of the best views in Wadi Rum Desert. Where's Ed? Yeah, he got it.
I think it's the end of our day finally here in Wadi Rum. We are heading back to the village now, and I just don't want to leave this view. I bet sunset here, mind blowing. Perfect.
this is the people we look for them.
Oh, you guys are
We look
okay.
for you maybe 2 hours that we for...
Thank you
Good.
so much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for everything.
Goodbye and take care. Nice to meet you. Check your everything.
Yes, we got everything.
Everything is great.
We're waiting for the...
Bye.
We didn't leave Wadi Rum yet. We wanted to see sunset since we didn't get to see it last night. But we just want to say a huge thank you to Salman, Zed, and their entire wonderful family for having us at Wild Wadi Rum last night. The experience was amazing.
It was such an authentic experience. We got to eat the same kind of food they would eat back when Bedouins were nomads here in the desert of Jordan, and we got to sleep in the same kind of tents they sleep in, although we did have nice and comfy beds, which we appreciate. And then we just got to roam around the desert with them. It was really an incredible experience.
It was. We both looked at each other and were just like, what is happening right now as we're driving back to the city? It was just remarkable. So if you liked this video, hit the like button below. If you're in Wadi Rum, visit Wild Wadi Rum. They're incredible. We'll put the link in the description below. And if you want to stamp your passports with us again,
make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next video where we're going to another world wonder.
we are not even close to the... Ooh. We're not even close. Wait, that's why it's... That was close.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
So in the last 30 hours, we saw the Dead Sea.
Okay.
We saw where Jesus Christ was baptized. We drove on King's Highway.
Yep.
And we saw Wadi Rum Desert and stargazed.
Yeah.
Like, all within like 30 hours.
Yeah.
How are we still standing?